Busia, ade ache ma kwa about over daily update so. And then NPP for save operation, save the demo, save a judiciary demo na opia. Omakwa akoshia mo judicial service anymore na. Yeah, mouth some footage, jump credit my joy news. Afenyo near Duchun and Bia, somehow they look stranded because where the number of crowd are about, there's not the expectation of what, and actually, this is not what they expect because we need to pull it out on our musha. And demonstration is, I think that's their biggest and well arranged demonstration on my end. Or more putting in place, or more yet, Mahama. And bear in mind, say, this demonstration, I think is basically because petition a copy more Omampenia Soye, not a copy on Council of State. They are all trying to shift the blame to the government. Mahama precisely say, or no, as a what take or use the executive power and why suspend the man. But that is the law. As Toko no cracker, I said the law is the law. So a law and no move fast so or more say duly process. And some no ebere because of pepe not just pepe but NPP for some when go footage scenes of a year or more demono but Afenyo and Co look stranded because the numbers are not what numbering. The numbers are not numbering. Sanity and going anywhere a year CCTV footage. Never joy credit my joy news. Young camera Kelvin tell a come demonstration once a exposition drop pay. What drop pay account. God bless you.
Honorable.
I'm being honest with you.
Really?
I am being honest with you. I'm being very honest with you.
So you will speak to us? You will speak to us? So you didn't do the live?
I'm telling you today that 2028, the new patriotic party of Ghana, the best party on the continent of Africa, the party that believes in democracy, the party that believes in fundamental human rights, the party that believes in the rule of law, we are coming back. You say we are doing
Acted anything unconstitutional nor illegal. What she has done is to provide a background within the mandate of her constitutional powers to aid the president, guide, advise. And in fact, the president was not bound by the proposed names that she had sent to the presidency. You get my point? So at this stage, in real terms, the appointment really has not been triggered or nothing has been initiated. These are preparatory stages that are not provided for by the Constitution. The Constitution only talks about the appointment. So what it means is that what it means is that after this stage, then the president would officially guide it. And bear in mind that as a head of states, commander-in-chief of the armed forces, he would have to rely on such institutional support to make certain decisions.
The majority leader, Alexander Afenyo, provided some justifications on the need for an increase of justices of the Supreme Court.
In the United States, the federal Supreme Court receives between 5,000 to 7,000 new cases each term. That's each legal year. However, the court only grants 80 cases for plenary review with viva voce arguments, and it usually disposes of around 100 or more cases without plenary review. Isn't it strange? Is that what is happening in Ghana? No. In Ghana, you cannot do that. A judge, the Chief Justice, is compelled to empanel once the matter comes before the court. The registrar transmits a process, it has to be empaneled. And that is why, in the wisdom of our founders of the 92 Constitution, they made provision for a minimum. So we say with emphasis that the Chief Justice hasn't done anything illegal, immoral, nor unconstitutional in respect of her recommendation for the need to increase the number of justices at the Supreme Court. Now, perhaps I may have to bring in our neighbors, Nigeria. Nigeria is also a federal state. Recently, it increased its federal Supreme Court bench, the number, to 24 because of issues similar to what has warranted the recommendation of our Chief Justice. And they are fine with it. Now, in our country, Supreme Court, no less than 700 cases are received each year. And what we think must catch the attention of those who are opposed to this is that, unlike the US, judges exercise discretion to hear some of the cases is received, provided they meet their threshold. We would rest the matter here and encourage our NDC friends to allow institutions to grow. We should not do partisan politics with every issue within the national space.
This guy, who say NPP for Jimmy, now you hear. Also, Chief Justice Adeoye, it was nothing illegal about it. There was nothing immoral about it. There was nothing unconstitutional about it. And that the Chief Justice actually needs a lot of judges in the Supreme Court. Inti Tokonu was supposed to do that. She was right. Now, we are asking, what is unconstitutional about what Mahama has done? You can't give me an answer. You are saying it is politics. Then it is your opinion. What is unconstitutional about what the Council of State have done? You cannot give me a law that shows that it is unconstitutional. Then it means your opinion are just your opinion. What is unconstitutional about the process that landed the Chief Justice in suspension? To date, you have not been able to give me a law telling me that the process was unconstitutional. You have not been able to list one. Now you see something. Today, Nanabi got the opportunity to speak on Joy News about this matter, right? And I see a Ghana Bar Association. Now, Tiasimo Kaye, and the basis why Ghana Bar Association came out with that statement. TMU. Nanabi Kwasiampe was also a lawyer. Now, Yanko Tie Nanabi. Now, all my reasons in Omuko demonstration. Reasons in Tia, Omuji Ghana Bar Association. Omu statement Tuma, Omu Jina Swako demonstration. This is Nana B, the tank.
Not only them, Ghana Bar Association. This is a huge body.
In a matter,
lawyers.
In a matter that was put to vote.
Yes, it was a resolution. That makes it even more democratic. It is not as if 2, 3, 4, 5 persons met and then took a certain decision and then they pushed it out there. It was a whole conference.
And they say that the president acted unconstitutionally.
Yes.
Is it in the place of the GBA to come to such pronouncement?
Because initially they brought out a statement. They were not privy to the petition and then the responses. National Communications Officer of the NDC, who has close contact to the presidency, coming out and saying that, in fact, he said that authoritatively, he has a copy. That is what he said. He has a copy of the responses of Justice Tokono. He has the petition and he's going to speak to it. And he spoke to it extensively on the show. So they are even of the view that this whole matter is even bastardized. That is why they also share the same view with Honorable Afenyo. That look, although the Constitution said that all of these proceedings should be held in camera, however, if the Chief Justice elect that look, yes, it is my trial. I'm being tried. I want it to be in public. I think that it should happen.
You think that there should be a public showing of this?
If I don't even want it to go there. Look, I will want to just wake up and then Mr. Mahama will say, President Mahama will say tomorrow that, you know what, it's okay, we've suspended it, we've done this, let's move on.
You hear this polytank. What is a polytank? What is the basis of his argument? Did he state one reason backed by law? Or say the reason why the Ghana Bar Association kraka na den to say obi to say Sami Jemfika say on when report no ofosuko ache enti Ghana Bar Association krapo no they relied on hearsay. So Sami Jemfia babontina because we report. And now ofosuko ache say I have not heard ofosuko ache anywhere stating say we report no and committee report no. Yanfa say Sami Jemfi ababontina betina radio say we report now. Should it be the basis for Ghana Bar Association to say the president, that constitutional right now or one to follow through to make sure the right thing is done? The president should suspend the decision he has taken. So the Ghana Bar Association now, Polytank their statement they wrote and the nonsense they were saying was all based
Abusua subscribe and share for comment show and demonstration because yeah cover up the BCB and a bed drop him abusua for answer for God bless you.